Hello everyone. Welcome back to So Supportive. It's me, Tracy, and today I am here doing another one of our Quilting Back to Basics 101 blocks, and I'm so excited to be a part of this Sew Along for 2026. Please look below. There will be a list of all the participating YouTube channels, and you can go and click on their links and go check out the blocks that they're making as well. And this Sew Along will be lasting the entire year. So this is my second block. I've got 2 more to go. So let's get to it. Today, I am showing you how to make a very versatile block. So this is an Irish chain block. It measures 10.5 inches and it is beautiful, but it also has some incredible impact. So you can use this block alone, alternating it with plain squares, and get an incredible just Irish chain block that is beautiful. But you can also partner this block up with alternating squares of a different block for an incredible design that will actually look like your alternate block is being framed by this Irish chain. So I'll show you a few examples of what I'm talking about at the end, but for now, let's jump into the tutorial. In order to make the Irish chain block, you are going to need 4 2.5 by 6.5 inch rectangles, 4 of a sort of matching color or background color 2.5 inch squares, and then you are going to need 9 2.5 inch squares that are medium or dark in value. Let me show you how we set this block up. In the center of the block is a 9 patch. Then it is surrounded by the 2.5 inch by 6.5 inch rectangles. And in the corners are the remaining dark colored squares. The most important part about this block is that we want to create an X through the center. That is what makes the block chain throughout the quilt. So that means that these fabrics that go through the center either need to be all the same, or if they are scrappy, they need to have all a similar value. So all a darker color, medium color. And these blocks all need to be background. They can be scrappy or they can be just one fabric. You can do this block with just 2 fabrics, or you can do it with, I think there are 17 different patches in this block. Doesn't matter, whatever you prefer, but just make sure that the values create the block. Now I'm going to show you how to sew this one together. To start, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew this 9 patch together, and then I'm going to sew these as a row normally. I'm going to take the first 2 squares together, and for me these are small enough that I don't need to pin these. Now I'm going to grab the next 2 squares, and then the next 2 squares. I'm going to grab my snips. I'm going to grab my snips and snip these apart. I'm going to press these open. I'm going to press them to the dark side, and then I'll be right back. All right, as I said, I pressed these to the dark side. I'm going to put them back down on the mat the way that they were originally. And now what I will do is I'm going to connect these over here and sew those, just as I did before. All right, as I did before, I'm snipping these apart. I'm going to press to the darker fabric, and then I'll be right back. Okay. Now, because I pressed to the darker fabric, these are alternating. So the center one's going in, and the top and the bottom are going out. So they will nest together. I'll show you what I mean. So I am going to put these together so that the seams right here nest together. So I'm going to grab a pin and drop a pin right there and right here. Make sure that that's lined up at the top. There we go. All right. And then I'm going to stitch that seam, being careful to take the pins out when I come to them. And then what I usually do is I just hold the seam until it gets to the presser foot so that it doesn't flip. And then I usually stop right about here and I adjust to make sure that the end is meeting. Now I am going to press so that this part is on top and it's pointing that way. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing with this row right here. I'm going to flip that up, nest those seams as I did before, and stitch it together. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to sew these all into rows just like this. I'm gonna stitch this top one. I'm going to stitch this rectangle to the 9 patch and then this square to the bottom rectangle. these down here. I've pressed these out, these in, and these out so that they will nest together when I sew the row. I will probably drop a few pins in to make sure that those seams meet. I hope that you enjoyed watching me put together this Irish chain block. It's fun to make and it's so versatile. So I hope that you will give it a try. This week I am about to head to Chicago for the F&F Festival, which is the Fiber and Fabric Festival in Chicago. And if you're there, please stop by and say hello. I'm going to take you along with me and show you a little bit about what this festival is like. And I will be back next week with that. But for now, stay tuned for some examples of what you can do with this Irish chain block as we roll the credits. I will see you again next week. I hope that you get some sewing time in. See you soon. Bye. If you enjoyed today's video, please like this video and subscribe if you want to keep seeing my content. Also, YouTube thinks that you're going to like this video, so click on that one if you want to keep watching.